Time to sow, time to reap, time to work, time to rest, time to connect, time to withdraw, time to build, time to let go. Everything in life has its time. The beauty of time is that it is not something we can completely control, but something we can learn to recognize and respect. The importance of time is the most valuable resource we have. It is limited, impartial, and irreversible. Every passing second is a second that will never return. This may seem daunting, but it is also a powerful reminder that we should use our time wisely and meaningfully. Imagine time as a coin you spend every day. You can invest this coin in things that bring value and joy to your life, or you can waste it on activities and thoughts that do not contribute to your growth. The choice is yours, and each choice you make defines the course of your journey. For many, time is seen as a straight line that moves inexorably forward. But if we look closer, we'll realize it's more like an intricate web of moments and decisions. Each small moment has the potential to alter the course of our lives in profound ways. Think of the great inventors, artists, and leaders throughout history. Their achievements didn't happen overnight. They were the result of perfect timing, of being in the right place at the right time, and of making strategic decisions at crucial moments. This is no different for us. Each of us has the ability to shape our destiny if we know how to value and use our time well. Balancing different aspects of life is essential to finding the true meaning of time. Work and leisure, effort and rest, ambition and contentment. These elements are not opposites, but complementary. They come together to create a harmonious and fulfilling life. Finding this balance requires self-knowledge and practice. It means knowing when to push harder and when to allow yourself to rest. It means recognizing that success at work is important, but time with family, friends, and yourself is equally valuable. Often, we are led to believe that success means sacrificing everything for a single goal. But true fulfillment comes when we can balance our various responsibilities and desires. Imagine a tightrope walker. He advances carefully, adjusting his body and pole to maintain balance. Our life is very similar. We constantly need to adjust our priorities and efforts to avoid extremes. Balance is not something we achieve once and maintain forever. It is a continuous process of adjustment and adaptation. It means being present and attentive to our needs and the signals life gives us. It is knowing that there will be moments of intense work and effort, but there will also be moments of rest and renewal. The concept of timing is the secret to many things in life. There is a right moment for every action, an appropriate season for each phase. Recognizing the right moment can make the difference between success and failure, between happiness and frustration. Sometimes the perfect opportunity arises when we least expect it. Other times, we need to wait patiently for the right moment. And this patience is not passive. It is active waiting, full of preparation and hope. Knowing when to act and when to wait is a skill that develops with time and experience. Nature teaches us about the power of timing. Think of a fruit tree. It doesn't bear fruit all year round. There is a season to bloom, a season to fruit, a season to rest. If we try to pick the fruit before its time, it will be green and bitter. If we wait too long, it will rot. The same happens with our actions and decisions. To recognize the right timing, we need to develop a deep connection with our own internal rhythm and external signals. This involves active listening, attentive observation, and intuition. When we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, everything seems to fit more harmoniously and effectively. Maturity in decisions. Making wise decisions requires maturity, and maturity means knowing when to say yes and no at the right moment. It means understanding that each choice comes with its own consequences and responsibilities. Saying yes to opportunities that align with your values and goals is as important as saying no to those that divert you from your path. This ability to discern what is best for you at each moment is a sign of true wisdom. Mature decisions are not impulsive. They are thoughtful, based on reflection and knowledge. This does not mean we don't make mistakes, but that we learn from them and become wiser with each experience. Maturity in decisions also involves the ability to adapt. What may have been a good decision yesterday might not be the best choice today. This requires flexibility and the ability to constantly reassess our choices in light of new information and circumstances. Comparisons and focusing on your own path. One of the biggest traps we can fall into is comparison. Comparing our journey with others is a surefire path to dissatisfaction. Each person has their own rhythm, their own battles and achievements. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own path. Value your own victories, learn from your own mistakes, and celebrate your own small achievements. Each person's journey is unique and valuable in its own way. Comparison steals our joy and peace. When we focus on what others are doing, we lose the opportunity to appreciate our own accomplishments and recognize our progress. Remember that you are where you need to be, doing what you need to do. Trust in your process and journey. Everyone has their own time to bloom. What matters is not how fast we get there, but that we get there at our own pace. Accepting and respecting our own time is an act of love and self-compassion. Dealing with emotions are an essential part of our human experience. They can be our greatest allies or our greatest obstacles, depending on how we manage them. Feeling positive emotions, such as joy and gratitude, motivates us and fills us with energy. Negative emotions, such as sadness and anger, can teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and life. Learning to navigate these emotions without being overwhelmed by them is crucial for personal growth. When facing negative emotions, it is important not to repress them, but to understand and work through them. This may involve practices like meditation, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend. The key is to allow yourself to feel, but also to learn to release these emotions healthfully. Emotions are like waves. They come and go. Some are gentle and calm, others are strong and overwhelming. Knowing how to surf these waves, maintaining balance and serenity, is a skill that helps us face life's challenges with more resilience and wisdom. Relationships and time. In relationships, timing is equally important. Sometimes we need closeness to strengthen our bonds. Other times, we need distance to grow and reflect. Knowing when to approach and when to withdraw can transform the quality of our relationships. Relationships flourish when we respect each other's space and time, when we give the necessary time for bonds to deepen and the patience for conflicts to resolve. Think of relationships as a dance. There are moments of movement together and moments of pause. There are times of intense connection and times of introspection. Respecting these natural rhythms strengthens bonds and creates a solid foundation of trust and love. Difficult decisions. Making difficult decisions is part of growth. Sometimes we need to tear something from our lives to make room for the new. It may be a job that no longer satisfies us, a toxic relationship, or a harmful habit. These decisions, although painful, are necessary for our evolution. They require courage and trust in the process of change. Difficult decisions are like pruning a tree. Sometimes we need to cut healthy branches to allow the tree to grow stronger and healthier. The same happens with our lives. Cutting away what no longer serves opens space for new opportunities and possibilities. Patience and trust in divine timing is an essential virtue when it comes to timing. Trusting in divine timing or the natural course of life helps us remain calm and hopeful, even in moments of uncertainty. Believing that there is a right time for everything gives us the strength to continue, even when things don't go as planned. This trust allows us to live with more peace and less anxiety. Nature teaches us about patience. A tree does not grow overnight. It develops slowly, at its own pace, trusting that the sunlight and water will come at the right time. We also need to learn to trust the flow of life, knowing that everything happens when it is meant to happen. Discovering and respecting your own time is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. When we learn to recognize our timing, life flows more harmoniously and meaningfully. Remember, timing is everything, and finding your moment is the key to a full and fulfilling life. Use your time wisely, value every second, and trust that, in the end, everything will happen exactly when it is meant to happen.